is collateral optimization changing the dynamics among the front, middle, and back office staffs?
Historically, firms have really looked at collateral optimization as a very specific point in time, i.e. what do I post to meet my margin call right now? But in actuality, when you're looking at different drag factors of collateral, it could happen at all different points of time of the derivatives life cycle. Since the financial crisis, regulators have really sought to mitigate counterparty credit risk and any kind of widespread contagion risk. And they've done that through passing a slew of various regulations, which effectively have required clients to post more margin more frequently in larger amounts than ever before. At the same time, we're starting to see interest rates rise, which potentially that trend could continue, which makes collateral more expensive to post. And a lot of firms are being faced with fee compression. So what does that mean? That means collateral optimization is extremely important. So firms are really looking to bring different parts of the organization together to try to examine what those drag factors are and mitigate them where possible.
So what should be happening among all internal players to truly optimize the management of collateral?
I think firstly is just to understand what the drag factors are for that specific fund. So that could have all different drivers such as the firm's strategy, what's in the inventory of the fund, operationally what they're able to support. And so they have to look at different components of their relationships. So the firm relationships, so what do their legal agreements say they can post? Is that wide enough? They need to look at pre-trade factors, so where should they place that trade to potentially reduce the initial margin requirement up front? What kind of relationships do they need to have in place? And then post-trade, what asset do I post right now to meet my margin requirements? Should I be looking at different cash reinvestment options, so on and so forth.
What role should an executive play in facilitating these new dynamics?
So one of the primary functions of an executive is really to think about the firm strategy. So when you're thinking about the firm strategy, it's really important for the executives, if they want to look at collateral optimization, to make that a priority for the organization. That will help lay the road for the proper working groups to come together and potentially for new groups to form as needed. In addition, with an executive support, you can also get the proper technology and ops budget to support an optimization exercise, which is going to be critical in terms of examining the different drag factors and putting in place a strategy to resolve that on a go-forward basis.
Are all of these changes to the workflow and the new dynamics, are these changes permanent?
I think they are permanent. I do think that the landscape will continue to change and evolve over time, depending on different market drivers, but I don't think the need to collateralize your transactions is going away. And therefore, as long as that exists, you're going to have collateral drag on the portfolio. And so, you need to optimize that to mitigate that cost and therefore, compete in the world where, maybe your competitors are very much focusing on collateral optimization.